Starlight Essence Therapy. So in 2002, the Starlight Essences, as a completely new essences system, arrived on Earth. They contain 124 essences, and nearly all of them have sprays. Only level 2 essences, only a few. It was announced that this brings a new way of accompanying people, a new way of therapy, working with starlight. So I would like to talk a little bit about the starlight and the starlight worlds. So the Starlight Essence system is in very close connection with Stonehenge. There is a huge starlight lotus in its center, and the starlight lotus collects all the starlight in unity from all the different cosmic dimensions, the starlight worlds, the stars, the planets, and all the starlight comes to Earth to support Earth in its own ascension process, and also humankind in the ascension process, and in the creation of light on Earth. So the Starlight Essences, they all contain the light information from previous creation cycles on Earth, so from the time of Mu, of Lemuria, of Atlantis, the present time, and also the future levels that want to come to Earth. They contain the light information of the crystal worlds, about the crystallization of light. So each one of these tiny little bottles, they contain many different light information that we need in the present time. And we all come as beings from starlight worlds. We have our own starlight homes somewhere. We went onto our own starlight journey as a soul to develop certain qualities and potentials. So some maybe have their home as specific starlight places. Some just start their journey from the level of origin, out of the original source of light. Wherever their journey might have taken them, they all come to Earth at some point to share their own light qualities as a light being, to bring the gifts from their own home, from their own worlds, to take actively part in creation of light on Earth, and to go, of course, through the development of Earth and own qualities here. So you grow through this. You go through the rainbow cycle of the 7 chakras, and to master these energy levels, you learn how it is to be in a system of duality. Very often the starlight realms are levels of unity, but there are a few where also polarity exists. And so the Starlight Essence came to Earth to bring the starlight frequencies from wherever they are needed into the energy system of someone, to create a new flow, to free potential, to awaken potential, to raise the vibration to a level that's needed, and to reach your own incarnation goals. So they have different purposes. So I would like to introduce level 1 of the Starlight Essences. So we have here the first 31 Starlight Essences. There are 3 foundation essences. There are 7 essences for the chakra system. For each chakra, 1 starlight essence. There are 3 essences for the physical body. There are 2 essences for the astral body. There are 5 essences for the emotional body, 4 essences for the mental body, and 7 essences for the causal body. So the foundation essences, they support us in general. So they are like the vital light as an energy supplier, the blue drop providing a blue cover of light, bringing balance, centering, and calming down maybe irritations, and the spiritual connection, which is to really get connected to your own spiritual world and your companions of light, your spiritual helpers, whoever it is, to the angels and so on. And then we have the chakra system. And with this chakra system, it's that we offer the chakra energy that the Starlight Essence contains, and one chakra essence contains the full spectrum of light. So the whole creation level of this chakra that exists in creation for Earth and for the people. And when we offer this light from the essence, then the chakra takes what it needs. So it's non-intrusive. We just offer and it takes. So sometimes it's a balancing, sometimes it needs enhancement, stimulation. Sometimes it needs awakening of potentials in there. Sometimes it's healing on the chakra level. So whatever it might be, the chakra takes what it needs, and we only need to offer. And we can do that with the drops on our hands, or we can use the essence bottle to support the chakra. And we also have the chakra sprays. So nearly every issue in life has a chakra resonance. So working with the chakra essences, the Starlight Essences in the chakra system, it means we support this resonating chakra accordingly to the topics, the issue, the challenge, or the awakening process that's happening in the life of someone. Then the 3 essences for the physical body, common use is that they stimulate the energy flow within the body. So we are much more liquid than solid in our body. We have different systems. It's all about different rhythms and flows. So from the blood circulation, the lymphatic system, to the nerve system, the meridian system, the craniosacral system. It's all more fluid, and it has its own rhythm and pace. And our well-being has to do with a balanced flow where everything is integrated and nourished, and that there's no stagnation and not too much energy or too less energy. And so we can support this flow with the physical body essences. There are specific treatment techniques. It's a bit like points, like in the acupuncture system, but these points don't necessarily need to be on a meridian. They can be anywhere. And then this natural flow within the body is stimulated again. And this brings well-being and supports the physical health very beautifully. And it depends where it's needed, if it's the body cells directly, or if it's the spine channel, or if it's more the current of the brain and the nerve system that needs this balancing. So these 3 have different qualities. And then there are these 2 essences for the astral body. So the astral body is 2 to 5 centimeters around the physical body. It carries our own energy. We are mobile with our astral body. We can travel. We go onto journeys, especially in the deep sleeping phase at night. With our astral body, we go out, we travel different places wherever we have a connection to, or what we do at night as a being. And sometimes we don't get back completely. Sometimes you are not fully present in your physical existence. And so there are some missing bits and pieces or aspects. And then, of course, life isn't easygoing. You get irritations, or you feel a lack of energy, because that's what the astral body does. It's an energy supplier for our physical body as well. And so we have one essence that particularly supports that you are fully centered within yourself, and that all your energy aspects are with you. And that means you can follow your everyday life fully charged with your own light and energy. And also the astral body is like a map. There are our own energetic history, everything we encountered maybe with other people, with other beings on our astral journeys sometimes leave marks behind, or sometimes we have energy that doesn't belong to us, that has attached itself, or where we exchange energy with other people. And so the astral body isn't shining your own true light. So it needs this transformation, the healing, and also the connection to your own pure divine light from heaven, and so we can bring this in and bring a balance and a support for the astral body with these two astral body essences, astral refuge and silver line. And then we have further, we have our emotional body. It's in this distance of 30, 40 centimeters, sometimes even up to 50 centimeters around. That's where all our emotions sit. They have their own space there, their own color. It's a very colorful energy body that we do have. And our emotional body serves the purpose like a filter to the outer world. So with our emotional body, we resonate what's coming to us. So before it hits us, we already perceive through our emotional resonance what's happening, or the energy of other people or the environment. But because there's also our emotional history stored. So everything we have experienced in the past, we store as emotionally positive or negative. Sometimes we have old wounds, emotional conflicts that hasn't been sorted yet, and all of that sits there with the emotion that's related to the previous experiences. And through this filter isn't pure. We resonate according to our own emotional history, what we experienced in the past. And so that makes life a bit difficult, because we don't have an encounter that's neutral and where we interact with each other. We create more emotional resonance fields because people have maybe a similar appearance, like someone who didn't treat us well in the past, or where we had conflicts with in the past. And then this emotional program is triggered, and we end up in an emotional field that has nothing to do with the other person, but it's there. And so the flow can't happen that would normally be possible. And sometimes emotions are suppressed. Sometimes they are overwhelming because they just start to flood into your entire energy system, and then you perceive the world accordingly to your emotions and not clearly what's happening there. So the emotions are great to give us a hint that there might be an imbalance or old issue, but they shouldn't be the leading power in our life. It's more that they need in our emotional body a support to transform, to heal, to balance. And for this purpose, we have 5 essences for the emotional body. Some of them, they are really to transform these old blockages that are still sitting there. Some are more for the healing, some are for the balancing, so that each emotion can go to its place where it belongs and shines its light. Others are more uplifting. So if you have really experiences where you feel as tiny as possible, or somebody really treated you badly and you don't have any self-worth anymore, then there is an essence, it's called spiritual dignity. So it really brings you back into your own presence of yourself, and you can leave these old experiences behind, and you can integrate all these aspects that haven't been with you, so that you can experience your own wholeness again. And there's another one, the Angel's Dust Essence. It's a gift from the angelic realms, so that our whole emotional body can resonate to our own light. It raises the vibration in the emotional body, and so that we share our light through the emotional body and not the emotional stuff from the past. So it's really great if we can look after our emotional body and experience that it's possible to bring a healing and transformation even into emotionally heavy stuff from the past. Now, we don't have to feel it again to be able to leave that behind. It's more that the natural state of being is re-established. So everything in our own system knows where it belongs. And when we bring in the right information, and with the Starlight Essences, it's really the the frequencies of light that are needed, that penetrate all the earthly stuff and go right to the core, and then things dissolve all of a sudden in one moment, and then you experience a new flow. You feel the liberation. You feel that you are in control for your own life, and so that you are not dependent on emotional resonances or energetic bonds that you created with other people, because you feel that's how it's done on Earth. And I can tell you, it's not supposed to be like that, that you are dependent or anyone is dependent on anyone else. We have the source of light and our own creation levels with us. We are beautifully designed from the creation levels of light. It's just up to us if we start to discover, unfold, and bring that into use in our everyday life. And that's what the Starlight Essences help everyone with, to get into this free flow and own presence. So it's very enjoyable to work with them as well. And then there are 4 essences for the mental body. So the mental body is approximately 50 centimeter around our physical body. It's very much linked with our own world of thoughts, our mind, and it's a huge creation power we have there. So if we are still captured in our own thoughts of sorrow, of worrying, of negative thinking, then this creates a field where we attract exactly what we are thinking. And if we can open up and get attuned to our own higher consciousness, to our spiritual home, to our divine light, to get inspiration from our spiritual helpers, from our higher self, to invite that in, then we can change the world we are living in. And this idea of thinking and thinking and thinking, what if, it normally never leads to a happy flow. So it's very important to clear our mental body from the old stuff and free the channels, to attune the channels that we have there. And then this light and inspiration that comes through inspires then not only us but also others, because all of a sudden you have the ideas, oh, I can do it in a different way, and that's how is really right for me. So the mental body is a great thing that we have if we use it in the right way. And it needs, of course, training, but sometimes the thinking process, it's going on and on and on, so it needs something that penetrates it and that really frees and empties the files that are stored there in a never-ending process of the thinking mind. And so we have essences here that really bring a new structure, uplifting, a new inspiration, enlightenment, up to the last one, God's idea, that connects you with your own divine being. And from there, this inspiration can come through, and then you know what it's all about. So it's really great to work with the mental body essences. And the last essences we have in level 1 are 7 essences for the causal body. So the causal body is when we stretch our arms, then we touch the causal body. It's our immortal light body. It stores our potential and qualities that we are incarnated with to fulfill our life task, our creation task. There we have the things we need to really go through our own life and to develop and to share our qualities. There's also the karmic patterns and the issues that we incarnated with, that we want to sometimes heal, overcome, or where we are still some open business that we have to attend to complete things that are still open, that haven't been completed in previous lifetimes. So when we can work with the causal body essences, it's a huge support for everyone, because we can there already work and free the potentials and qualities, bring them into direct use, or we can bring the healing and transformation into karmic issues from the past, so that you are free to live who you truly are, and to share your gifts. So it's a great support on your own path. And these causal body essences, they're amazing. They just work there and give you the liberation, the healing, the transformation you need, and also the uplifting, the raising of your vibration in there, because it's connecting then with your so-called hypercausal body. That's your full soul potential from heaven, because we live in a time where more wants to come in. Sometimes certain aspects couldn't come in at the time when you were born, because the vibration on earth wasn't high enough. And also the body, your body that was created wasn't resonating on higher energy levels. And so now more potentials and qualities are streaming in from your soul heaven, and they come in, and they normally need to come in through the causal body. So we can also support this permeability between the causal body and your full soul potential from heaven, and help to bring that in so that you can actually live up to your full soul potential. So these are the 31 essences. So when the Starlight Essence therapists work with these, there are different options. So they are very attuned through the initiations and opening of perception levels for the entire energy system of someone. They have this holistic view. They don't get stuck in a symptom. They always perceive where really are all the different spots that resonate to this topic. So they can pick an essence and give you advice. But very often it's more that the client is also involved in picking essences for themselves. So they pick for their topic, their issue, their theme, one of the 3 foundation essences, one of the chakra essences, and 3 of the other energy body essences. And then these essences can be used as a mirror to receive insights about where are the resonances, in which energy body, what is this all about, and to get in touch with the potential behind the issues. Even if it's something really bothering you or maybe causing problems in your life, there is a potential behind. And so we always look for this potential. And then receiving these insights, and the Starlight Essence therapists give consultation accordingly to this, and then they can work with the Starlight Essences of the client choice in the aura for the body wherever it's needed. And this healing transformation, it takes place immediately. It happens instantly, and a new flow is created. And then after this, the Starlight Essence therapists, they can tune in and see, is there one of the essences, or maybe a few more, needed that the client work with for themselves at home, because the circumstances at home haven't changed. So normally after a session, the client goes home in their normal environment. Maybe there are other people involved in the topic they worked on. And so it needs a nourishing and loving attention for this new flow, for the healing that took place. And that's what the Starlight Essences then do. People work with this individually tailored to themselves. So the Starlight Essence therapists, they give advice how to use the essence. So there is no standard that's the same for everyone, because everyone is unique, and we need to individually tailor the use of the essences so that they work most effectively for everyone. So that's about Starlight Essences level 1. So it comes along with great skills to perceive someone as a being they are, to perceive all the energy bodies in the aura, and to work with this Starlight Essences, either with special techniques or in a freestyle way, where you follow the lead of the essences, because through the use of the essences they always show where they want to go in the aura of someone or close to the body. And the training has 3 parts, 5 days. So the first 5 days are all related to the level 1 Starlight Essences and how they can be used.